the speed that you want. How do you do boilers? Boilers is yeah, it is pretty standard. Heck, let me just delete that. Cheats. So a boiler, right? What you need to do is you need to make this tank, the fluid tank. Right? So you make, hang on, I'll show you. So hang on, let's just make a stack of these. If those out. So basically you would have, you make a structure. It doesn't have to be this big. Let's just do a 2x2. Hurrah! Okay, so it can be a 2x2 like this, right? 2x2x2. And then underneath that, you need some sort of heat source. And initially, when you're starting out, you can just use like campfires, but eventually you want to make blaze burners. Right, blaze burners are not expensive to run, to have, but they are expensive to maintain. They will take a lot of fuel. So at the moment, they're not heating this tank up at all. Right, so the way that you can do that, the way that you can feed them is by giving them a... This is going to be a whole setup now. Right, we get a depot. We'll just plonk a depot down over here. Then we need a mechanical arm. Right, and what you do with the mechanical arm is you right click on those, and then right click on that, and then we place this here. Like that. Now, we need this to turn. Right, so let's just, for now, we'll use a creative engine. Right, so we've got a creative motor, not an engine, but same deal. Oh, that's facing the wrong way. There we go. So we need to get to the back of that to speed it up. Like 80 will do. That's probably too much, but that's fine. And then we need a small cogwheel. Right, so now this thing has rotational power, and we've told it where to pick up from and where to send to. So now we just need to give it a fuel. So what we'll do is we'll put coal. I'll just grab a stack of coal. Put that on there, and then it will feed each one of those guys. Right, so now it will maintain their fuel in these things as long as there is coal on the depot. So if you can automatically feed coal into the depot, they will keep doing this. Right, so that's phase 1. Right, that's only the beginning step. The next step is that you need to have a water source nearby. And we need pipe. Need some fluid pipe. Maybe just we'll grab 2 fluid pipes. The one pointing into the machine. Hang on. Let's do the spinny thing first. The pump. Right, so you need 1 pump. Pointing in the right direction. You can use a kitchen sink, that would be more efficient. Like that. Okay. So now we need that to be facing the right direction. So without the thing, there you go. See, the arrow is pointing upwards. So you're looking for that arrow. And then we'll connect this pipe to that. And then I'm just going to give myself a bucket of water. Now we have an infinite water source. And now we need to rotate that. So we'll get another cogwheel. Obviously, you'll do this differently. right? But now this thing should be pumping water into here. You can see the water in there. Okay, so that's filling up. So this is a very basic boiler now. So many cheats. Don't worry, we're going to destroy all of this. Okay, so these guys are making this spin. Now, eventually, after you get this running using, like, rotational power, you can get this into a position where the this machine will rotate everything on its own. So you can have it power itself. Right, so now the next thing we need is we need steam engines. Is it steam engine? Yes, we need 2 steam engines, right? We put 2 steam engines on the side like this. And then we get the shafts. 2 shafts, 1 for each one. Oop. Right, so now we have rotational power. Hi, Derpy Leopard. So there's our rotational power, right? These guys are keeping this hot, which is turning this. Okay, then if you get a big cogwheel and attach that to this, and then get your rotation controller, put that in the right spot. Right, so now we can crank that to pretty much any speed we want, and we can power stuff. Yeah, use them on the side. I could put another one over this side if I wanted to. And then you control all of your machines off the side of this. So these guys here that we have running this way, hang on, let's just switch to creative mode. It's going to be easier. We could put another set of these on the other side, and then do this again. Whoops, that didn't go to plan. Or did that? Why did they always do this? There you go. All right. So now we could set another set of machines running off the other side. You could also put these up here and run another set of machines off this. You can see it's slowing down. Because now we're doing too much for the machine to keep up with. Yep. So the machine's keeping up at this stage. But so, like, you don't have to use a rotation controller for this. You could do the same thing and ratio your gears up that way. But this is a good way to get the ball rolling with this. You could make this a 3x3 on the bottom. Pump more water into it. Add more blaze burners. Keep them burning that way. We could add some meters onto that. Speed and stressometer. I put 2 stressometers. Whoops. Here you go. So the speed is high, the stress is low. We could also do that out of here. Stress very low. Speed all the way to the top. Look at that. Goggles is a better idea too. Hang on, goggles. I've already got some. Alright, there you go, goggles. You can see, hang on, this thing here. You can see we've got 49,000 stress units available to us. And how many are we using? 32. So there's still 10,000 spare. That's using 320. This thing we could crank up to whatever, but this, so this basically means with this one little tiny boiler with 49,000 stress units available and this operating at full capacity, there's still enough here that we could turn the rotational power back. It's got 32 remaining. Oh yeah, remaining capacity. Yeah, so we're only using 9,000. But you could use the other side here to send rotational power down to this. So let's go back to cogwheels. I did read that wrong. Thank you for pointing that out. Right, so if we got 2 big cogwheels and turn this around, so now that's facing that way. Right, we could take that out and infinite water source. So now this machine is running itself. So we no longer need rotational power under here. This machine is now keeping itself running. And that only used another, what, 900 stress units. So that's a very basic boiler. 2 classmates of mine are the champions of Mobile Legends tournament. Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations to Over the AR's classmates. But there you go. So that's how you make a very, very basic boiler setup. Oh yeah, you can work them on the side. You can work them from the top. You can have several levels of them as long as you can keep enough heat going into it. So like you could, if I had blaze cakes, like if you had a blaze cake set up, that would keep them even hotter and that would heat this up more. So you could have a bigger one, like a much bigger one, and keep it running. But I had a pretty big one in stone block running this way. And then you know you can hide pipes and stuff in different things, and you have infinite lava source. You can do it with lava, and you can get infinite lava through create as well with a pump in the Nether, as long as you get it in the right spot. But there you go. That's it. Now we take all this down.